Hey everyone, my name is Thomas Q. Jones and welcome back to the Castar Couch, presented by Castar. Now Castar is an exclusive community for creatives, as well as a mobile app to help you find talent, work gigs, and collaborate with other established and aspiring artists in Hollywood. Now today I'm very excited to talk to one of Hollywood's biggest and best hairstylists. Now he's worked with some of the likes of Sanaa Lathan, Gabrielle Union, Tracy Ellis Ross, and Mary J. Blige, and now he's even taking his talents to the fashion world with his own hat collection. Super excited to talk to my friend, Larry Sims. Thank you so
What
much.
up, fam?
Thank you.
How you
For,
feeling?
I'm feeling good, man.
Thank you for having
I'm feeling
me, man.
good. You're welcome. Always swaggy, man. Every time I see
Thank
you,
you,
swagged out, man.
Thank you, man. You know,
no, but thank you.
tapping into it.
No, I see you. Thank you so much for coming to talk to us.
Man,
here
I'm
at
proud of what
Castar.
you're doing. This is really dope.
Thank you.
The platform, what you're doing with the guests, man,
Thank
it's
you.
dope,
Thank you, man. I
love
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm a creative, you're creative, and there's so many people out here that really want to hear people like you, their stories and your journey through Hollywood, because it's inspiring.
Yeah.
And so I really value you being on the show. So tell us a little bit about Larry Sims. Like, who is Larry Sims?
Man, Larry Sims is really a kid from the west side of Chicago, man, that had dreams, right?
Uh-huh.
That had dreams to and gifts, I think, to entertain and to be creative. I'm a ball of creativity.
Yeah.
From the time I was the tiniest of shorties to today, it's all I know. I didn't go to college. I chose the University of Talent and Creators, and it's gotten me to this point, man.
Yeah. So you started off in as a choreographer and a dancer, right?
I started off as a dancer back in Chi-Town, and danced for like local house music artists. In high school, that was my first introduction to entertainment. And once I realized that, I could get paid and get stamps in the passport by way of talent, I was like, that's what I'm going for. So make a long story short, I moved to LA, auditioned for a lot of people, had like a very flourishing dance career, 10 plus years. Danced with Missy for a lot of years. We did I was with her through at least 4 albums. My first video with her was Get Your Freak On. And from there, I was exposed to film and commercials. I know you had Twinkie Bird on here. She cast me in Stomp the Yard. It was a big deal for me. I was a Mu Gamma for life. And then it just went on from there, man.
Yeah. So now you're one of Hollywood's biggest and most accomplished hairstylists. How did you go from being a choreographer and a dancer to a hairstylist?
Yeah, well, the dope thing about being in entertainment, like being a dancer, is working on set. You work with a lot of glam people, and I was always a person that was talented in hair, but never really wanted to touch it because I didn't want the stigmas that came along with it to tag themselves on me.
Gotcha.
But then when I saw the money that, people were making that were in entertainment, I was like, fuck a stigma. Can I swear on here? I don't know if I can swear.
You good.
I'm like, I don't care about what anybody says. I know that I'm talented in it. And I met some great people along the way, one of which was Christopher Maldonado, who unfortunately passed away with Aaliyah. He knew my talents, and he pushed me to go to school and get my license and take it to another level. So God bless his soul. He was really my guardian angel. Still is my guardian angel.
So you didn't always want to be a hairstylist. It's just kind of one of those random Hollywood things that you just fell into.
I knew that I was talented in hair when I realized that I could dance. And it was like, I think that I was smart back then because I thought about the career of a dancer, and unfortunately it can be short-lived, and I was like, well, if I have the opportunities to really have a flourishing career as a dancer, I'm gonna run with that because it's gonna have a shelf life.
Of course.
And hair, if I ever decide to, touch it, it'll always be there. Yeah. So, after, 10 plus years, like I said, of dancing, I decided to, in my late 20s, go ahead on and pursue that and going into my 30s.
Got you. So you've worked with some of the biggest names in Hollywood, Zendaya, Kerry Washington, Mary J. Blige. I know you're really close to Gabrielle Union.
Yeah.
What's it like working next to just some big names and just so many talented people?
Yeah, man. It's crazy when you're a fan of somebody's, and then all of a sudden, Mary was a prime example of that for me. who didn't grow up listening to the
Yeah,
411,
man.
the My Life album?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still bump the My Life album.
Yeah.
Like that was like a pivotal moment in my life, and to have Mary embrace me and my talents and treat me like I'm family, like it's mind blowing. Like
Yeah.
my first big break was working with Victoria Beckham.
Okay.
I had no idea that I would ever be around a Beckham
Yes.
ever in my life. And one thing led to another. The guy that I was assisting wasn't available to work with her one day, and he sent me, and that really like catapulted it all for me. So you just never know where you're gonna land, man, when you're listening to your heart.
So yeah, I mean, being able to work with all those people, obviously, everyone has different hair, different texture hair. I mean, how difficult or how easy is it for you to go from one person to the next? Is it easy to transition?
Yeah, you know what, for me, man, I always like want to challenge myself, you know, to be the best artist that I can be. And, you know, in this town, in this game, you know, I work with people like a Tracy Ellis Ross that has a certain, you know, hair type or texture. And then, you know, it goes from Tracy to Gabrielle to like a Lupita or Denai, who I just had a dope run with this past Hollywood award season. And it's like you have to be well faceted. And
Yeah.
I've always wanted to just push the limits in terms of creativity, and also in aspiring young girls who are looking at these women that want to emulate them, like to let them know that, look, you can do a lot of different things with your joint outside of what you see in your own communities.
Got you. So you did a very specific film with Sanaa Lathan, Happily Ever After.
Yes.
And I follow you on social media, and I saw the transition from her, you know, shaving her head. So I mean, tell us a little bit about the film and how important your role as her hairdresser was in it.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, Happily Ever After, for a lot of people that don't know about it, was a book that probably went across a couple Hollywood desks. Halle Berry was slated to play the character of Violet, which Sanaa later on played. And, you know, just during the process of the film, or even just getting me on, I didn't think that I was going to be able to do it because I had plans on going out of the country. And I was like, look, I can. It was only like a 6-week shoot, like, and I was gonna be gone for 2 of those weeks.
Gotcha.
And I thought they'll never say yes to this, but because they wanted me, and I was able to like sort of design the looks, put a team in place together to execute when I was gone. They trusted my vision and my execution, and there it was. Like, and the thing that I can say about Sanaa is that, you know, we gave her like all kinds of different ways to like not shave her head. We were like, we can put a ball cap on you. We can do, and you know, because Sanaa is known for being like a Hollywood beauty. Like growing up with Sanaa, we always loved how Sanaa looked. And Sanaa got like that real thick, long hair. And she said, nah, Larry, like I want to commit. I really want, you know, to relay the message that we are not our hair. And for me to be a part of that one shave scene, it was a 13-minute long scene, 4 cameras. There were no do-overs, and she embodied it and bodied it. You know what I mean? And when the dry, you know, in the building when we were filming it, and I'm just glad to be a part of what I think will be one of those cult classic Black films that will inspire women to live beyond the box.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the type of film that people remember and that moves people. You know, there's so many people that, you know, go through, you know, these different hair stereotypes and hair issues, you know, especially when it comes to Black women in their hair, whether it's their occupation. I mean, there's just, and Black women's hair is incredible because, you know, literally defies gravity in so many ways. You know, and then for you to be able to be a part of something like that and have a huge integral role, you're gonna go down in history, man. You'll be legendary.
I appreciate that, man. My mama was proud when she saw that name go across those credits. I was like, yeah, mama. You know, that's just one for the books. You know, if I ever have children, I'll be glad to sit them in front of the TV to look at that one.
No, sure. That's definitely a great look. So now, from the first time I saw you, you've always had your whole swag, but especially your hat game. Your hat game has always been crazy.
Thanks,
you know what
man.
I'm saying? Ever
Thank
since
you,
I've
man.
known you, your hat game. So now you have your own hat line. Kind of get into that a little bit and what inspired that.
Yeah, man, I got sick of giving other people my money. So I just, so I was like, let me make my own joint. No, but I mean, to be honest, like I had been thinking about it. A lot of people like you had noticed, like, like the way that I like rock hats or whatever. And, for years, people were like, yo, Larry, you should do a line. You should do a line. And I just didn't know where to start.
Yeah.
And eventually I was like, I remember the top of one year, it was 2 years ago. I said, you know what, I'm gonna find a manufacturer, I'm gonna find a team. And I prayed about it, and I put my connections together, and I talked to people. And a good friend of mine, Monica Payne, who's super resourceful in the LA area. She knows some of everybody. She's like the Yellow Pages of entertainment. I was telling her about it. She's like, look, Larry, let me just put some fillers out there. She ended up hooking me up with a brother by the name of Cliff Love, rather.
Gotcha.
And he is partners with a guy by the name of Jose, who like runs How Does It Hollywood. And basically we all sat down together, we broke bread. I told them what my vision was, and they were like, yo, we get it, let's do it. It was as simple as that, man.
Wow.
And like I went through the process of designing the hats and picking out fabrics and ribbons and trimming.
Yeah.
And, so now we're our second round in. This is one of my first joints. The second round was a line of straw hats. And now we're working on our I don't want to call them fall winter, because our hats are all season.
Seasonal.
Yeah, exactly. We believe that our customer, is well traveled and basically can wear joints all year round. So we're working on our third installment, so we're really excited about it.
Well, so I'm a 7/1/8. So,
7/1/8. I got you, bro.
And I like that joint right there.
I wish you would have told me.
It's swaggy.
I would have.
Give you my address when we done. You can shoot it to me.
I got you, man.
So a couple of years ago, too, you had your own reality show on Bravo.
Shit,
so how did that come in? I saw a couple of episodes, and that show was intense.
It was intense.
How did that whole show come about?
Yeah, man. Okay, so funny story. I mean, a lot of people have been reaching out to me also, like over the years, about doing projects, and I didn't want to do anything that I didn't want to particularly that I would have felt ashamed of. You know what I'm saying? And nothing felt right before that. And Sally Ann Salsana, 495 Productions, reached out to me. She's the curator of Jersey Shore and a lot of other shows. She does Snoop and Martha show.
Gotcha.
And she reached out and she's like, look, I've been wanting to do something with you for a minute now. And it's not hair related or beauty related. It was an interesting idea, as I thought. And, it was about me and a group of friends that don't know each other going on a vacation in Mexico in a mansion. And we decided to G for it. I put some of my best friends in the house. And that was Invite Only Cabo.
Yeah.
That was 2 years ago. It was an interesting format. And what I am proud to say is that I walked away unscathed. I walked away from doing the reality show on Bravo TV without feeling like I'm embarrassed about what I put out there. And the great thing about it was the takeaway is that it's put me in a light where I can go in rooms and pitch different shows, and people now see that I have carried a show on TV. On TV, exactly. So.
Well, the fact is, you're a very authentic person, and you're a person of integrity. Yeah. So, even though it's a reality TV show, your personality and your integrity shines through. You're not willing to sell that for a check.
Exactly.
There's an opportunity for you to get exposure and to be seen, and you did it the right way.
Yeah.
But I think when you stick to your guns and stick to your morals, you can always find a way to come out on top.
Man, let me tell you, and reality TV is tricky for anybody that's ever done it, and for people that have watched it. It is not an easy walk in the park. Let me tell you. They will tape what, and this is not just 495, but anybody. They will tape whatever you give them, and once you give it to them, it is not yours.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure, for anybody that's interested in doing reality TV, you have to make sure that you don't do anything that you will regret, because they can't cut up anything that that you're embarrassed about.
And they need that. That's the shock value. That's the trailer. Those are the trailer shots. That's what they need to get people to watch.
Yeah.
But like I said, you know, reality TV obviously is a huge part of pop culture.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are willing to sell, you know, their integrity or their dignity for fame. And the fact that you didn't, it just gave you an opportunity to expand and grow your brand, to now your hat collection, and obviously everything you're doing in the industry with hair. Who knows what else you're going to do?
Right.
Obviously, the sky's the limit with your ambition,
Yeah.
and the fact that you came from being a choreographer, a dancer, the hairstylist, to being on a TV show, now having your own hat collection. It's incredible, man, what you've been able to do. It's really incredible. So I have a couple of random questions for you.
All right.
Okay. So what's your favorite movie of all time?
Shit, my favorite movie of all time. That's a huge ask.
One of them.
One of my favorite movies of all time would have to be Scarface.
Great choice.
Yeah.
Great choice. You can never go wrong with Scarface.
Can't never go wrong with Scarface.
Never.
I mean, I can name like a million, but we don't have a lot of
Yeah,
time.
yeah. No, but that's definitely one. I think that's number one on a lot of people's list.
Yeah.
So what's the last TV show you binged?
Okay, so the last TV show I binged was Ambitions.
Okay.
Essence Atkins is a friend of mine.
Yes,
I love her
great.
to death.
She's incredible.
Yeah, and then
Brayley Evans.
Yep, they did Being Mary Jane with us.
Yeah, she was on Mary Jane.
You know, so it's
Robin
family.
Givens.
We haven't seen Robin on TV.
Robin's going in on
I was like, Miss Boomerang herself. She's on the scripted.
Yes.
So I had to, I mean, it's campy. And then also Mr. White.
Yes.
Yeah, that was in Stomp the Yard with me.
Yes, man. You guys go way back.
We go way back.
That's like, 6, 7,
yeah,
something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the homies were in that, so I had to watch.
Support
and then Styling Hollywood. My boys, Jason and Adair, they got a show on Netflix. I'm just super proud of them, man.
Yeah.
You know, we don't get a lot of opportunities like that. You know, stylists that are doing positive TV, and a lot of their friends showed up and supported them in that journey. So big up to them and Netflix for what they're doing, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on social media that are raving about that show.
Man, they're doing a great job. They're doing a great job. And I'm glad to finally see that it doesn't have to be all about ratchet or loud or like embarrassing each other or, you know, tearing each other to shreds. Like they're doing it, and they're doing it in a great way.
It's about the actual job.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and the nuances of the job that people wouldn't know about.
It's nice to see.
So it makes it interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the longest that it's taking you to do someone's hair?
Oh, the longest? Shit. You talking about present day, or you talking about like back in the day?
Period. In your career.
You only get 2 hours. Either you get it right in 2 hours, or it's a wrap. Sometimes it's an hour and a half. Gabrielle is down to an hour. Like, so I can't go over 2 hours. But like when I was a shorty, I mean, you know, like when I was doing local strippers in Chicago, we would take our time. We would be drinking our booms for them. We doing long ass weaves, 3 hours, taking smoke breaks.
So
the days have changed.
So we'll say 2 hours plus.
2 hours plus.
Yeah. Okay. Favorite city.
Favorite city. Wow. I love Paris. I love Paris.
Yeah, Paris is beautiful.
Amazing.
Paris is beautiful.
I love Chi-Town. I love New York.
Have to. You have to love Chi-Town.
I love LA.
Yeah.
So you got, I named 4.
Maybe 3 or 4. So you got 3 or 4. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with having options.
Right.
So favorite food.
Favorite food. I always tell people that I tell my moms this too. I'm like, I think I was born a Mexican, like in my past life. Like I love a taco.
Tacos.
I would make a taco out of everything. I make fruit salad tacos. I make egg tacos. Everything is a taco.
So you have Taco Tuesday every day.
I mean, I can definitely. If I couldn't have any other food, I would like definitely smash on some Mexican.
Yeah, tacos and Mexican food.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man. I'm first of all so proud of you for everything you're doing.
Ditto, man.
I'm really, really excited about where your career is going, because who knows what you're going to end up doing. You know, you're obviously an entrepreneur and a very ambitious person. And that's inspiring to a lot of people. And the fact that I've known you for a couple of years now, you know, and now I'm seeing the progress is inspirational for me as well as the users and everyone that's watching. So congratulations, keep going. We'll be keeping up with everything.
Thank you, man.
Tell them the website where they can go get your hats too.
Yeah, so the hats are at www.centralavla.com. You can also check me out on my Instagram at Larry Gerard Sims, Gerard Jarah SIMS. The link is always in the bio for the hats and everything else that I'm doing. I'm constantly keeping my followers updated. So yeah, there it is.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming on the Castar Couch,
thank you for
talking to
having
us,
me,
man.
brother.
No, seriously, you're inspirational. Proud of you, man.
Man, I'm proud of you too,
Thank
man.
you. Thank
No
you.
doubt.
So thank you everyone for tuning in again to the Castar Couch. For more information on Castar, go to our website, castarapp.com. For the hottest gigs in LA, download Castar. Find the hottest talent in LA, download Castar. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our page at the bottom. And we'll see you next time.